What if oil ran out tomorrow? It's not just a concern for governments and economists, but for all of us. If our cars stopped working, factories shut down, and planes couldn't fly, how would we adapt? Well, let's explore this hypothetical situation, acknowledging that oil depletion won't happen overnight. But examining the potential consequences of a sudden cutoff can help us understand the magnitude of this issue. You wake up to the news that there has been a massive disruption in oil supplies. The reasons don't matter anymore. Cities grind to a halt. Necessity, they say, is the mother of invention. The hum of electric motors replaces the roar of engines. Geothermal, tidal, and even hydrogen fuel cells contribute to the energy mix. Innovation knows no bounds as scientists and engineers push the boundaries of what's possible. Fusion power, once a distant dream, becomes a viable energy source. The sun in the sky is emulated on Earth, providing clean, efficient energy. City dwellers rediscover the joys of cycling and walking. The world becomes more regionalized as people reconnect with local culture and economies. International trade routes shift, favoring regions with abundant renewable energy and sustainable resources. Local economies and traditional crafts experience a revival. A sense of community and interdependence emerges. The focus on sustainability and local economies reduces waste and pollution. Recycling, reusing, and reducing become ingrained habits. Products are designed for durability and repair. The concept of planned obsolescence becomes a relic of the past. Artisans, farmers, and small businesses take center stage. The emphasis on sustainability drives innovation. It serves as a powerful reminder of our dependence on finite resources and the need to plan for a sustainable future. It raises a chilling question. What if oil did suddenly run out? What would your story be? Let us know your thoughts. The abrupt end of oil would undoubtedly lead to chaos and hardship, but as we've seen, it could also be a catalyst for profound changes, driving us towards renewable energy, localized economies, and a deeper connection with our environment. Farmers markets, locally sourced food, and eco-friendly products become the norm. Vertical farming and urban gardening flourish, ensuring access to fresh produce. Parks and green spaces become hubs of activity. The dependence on cars leads to a re-evaluation of where people live. Cities densify as people opt for smaller, more energy-efficient homes. The suburbs, once a symbol of a car-dependent lifestyle, see a decline. On the streets, once iconic gas-guzzling vehicles become relics of the past, preserved in museums or cherished by collectors. Countries that once held sway due to their fossil fuel reserves find their influence waning. The political map of the world is redrawn. National parks expand, wildlife habitats are restored, and rewilding initiatives gain momentum. The air quality improves dramatically, leading to cleaner lungs and clearer skies. Climate change, once a distant threat, becomes a pressing concern. The abrupt end of oil consumption prevents the further deterioration of air quality, but doesn't reverse existing damage. The focus now shifts to mitigation and adaptation. Global efforts intensify to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and curb global warming. Industries that were the backbone of oil-dependent economies, such as oil refining and petroleum chemistry, face a decline. As we move further into the 22nd century, the world is unrecognizable. Traditional borders have blurred and new alliances have formed. Nations that once competed for oil now collaborate on renewable energy projects and sustainable development. Geopolitical rivalries fade into memory, replaced by a shared commitment to a greener future. In contrast, sectors related to renewable energy, sustainable agriculture, and green technologies experience a surge. New industries and job sectors emerge, driving the global economy forward. The focus shifts from extractive industries to sustainable practices. Agriculture, forestry, and fishing, once overlooked, become vital sectors, ensuring food security in a world without oil-driven industrial agriculture. The United States, long reliant on oil from the Middle East, finds itself in a pivotal position with domestic renewable energy production. it becomes a key player in this new energy order. OPEC, the once powerful oil cartel, loses its relevance. Its member nations, rich in oil just decades ago, now face economic challenges. The shift to EVs is not just about reducing emissions, it's about necessity. The infrastructure is revamped. Cities redesign their layouts, prioritizing pedestrians and cyclists over motorized traffic. Public transportation systems are electrified and repurposed. A new urban landscape emerges, greener, quieter, and more livable. Faced with the stark reality of dwindling resources, nations are forced to reevaluate their priorities. Fossil fuels give way to renewable energy sources like solar, wind, and hydropower. An era of energy independence dawns as countries with abundant resources like Saudi Arabia and Canada find themselves at the forefront of this transition. Transportation networks collapse, food supply chains falter, and empty shelves become a common sight in grocery stores. The initial shock gives way to a dawning realization. We're entering uncharted territory. There is no roadmap for a world without oil. Oil, as we know, has stopped flowing. Panic ensue, governments scramble, economies teeter, and people wonder how they'll get through the day. It's a dystopian nightmare. But it's only the beginning. So here's a quick rundown of what we're actually looking at. In 2022, global oil consumption was around 100 million barrels per day. And while there are estimates that suggest we have about 170 years of oil left, those predictions are based on current consumption rates, which are expected to change. Now, we've never completely run out of oil before, so there are a lot of But let's imagine a scenario where oil suddenly became an event. How would things evolve over the next 100 years? This is a journey through an alternate history. All right, let's dive right into it. The year is 2023. Over the next few weeks, chaos reigns, but humanity, much like the phoenix, rises from the ashes of this crisis. In this new world order, electric vehicles, EVs, reign supreme. As the 21st century progresses, fossil fuels become a thing of the past. Renewable energy sources take center stage and diversify. Oil, once the lifeblood of the global economy, is replaced by these innovative energy solutions. The global economy undergoes a seismic shift. Daily life takes on a different rhythm in this alternate timeline. Planes are grounded, bringing international travel to a standstill. The absence of oil leads to a renewed appreciation for the natural environment. Conservation efforts intensify. International cooperation becomes crucial as countries work together to develop sustainable solutions. The human story in this new world is one of resilience and communities rally together, sharing resources and expertise. Local currencies and bartering systems thrive. So there you have it, an alternate history where oil ran out tomorrow. While this scenario may seem extreme, it is a stark reminder of our precarious existence and the urgent need to chart a path towards sustainability.